Welcome back to Animanga Junkeez. 2 E's, no I. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, guys. Animanga Junkeez. 2 E's, no I. It's your boy Fred, aka Nox, aka Noxious FX, co-host.
It's your boy Casey Silverback, aka Kervs. You already know what time it is. We back. We never left.
It's your boy Bad Liar, BAD.LYRE, aka Uno, aka that guy, just Bradley.
So you can just call him Bradley.
Come on, Bradley.
And last but never least, the fourth seat, producer, co-host, Benji Motosa.
Oh, what is up, my boy? How we doing?
Hey, wait a minute. I got a new nickname for Ben.
Oh. What?
Ben Zehaha.
Ben Zehaha. Mr. Blackbeard,
Yeah, all the
Mr.
smoke.
All the Smoke.
All the
Look at
smoke,
this.
All the smoke.
That's
Some of the
fact.
time. Some of the
That's
time.
some of the time.
Some of the time. Well, it's beneficial.
I love it. I love it.
Ben
So-
Zehaha.
Listen,
Okay.
So I just want to say something real quick. I know you guys, listen, we love all the feedback, all the counter theories and everything. One Piece is going crazy. We had, for the past, I want to say month, there's always been something else scheduled
Yeah.
for the podcast.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And we never go through with it because One Piece drops either a spoiler or something that completely changes the game. We have to talk about it. You guys love it. We love it. So, again, look, get Vince Smoke. That's
Sorry,
what I call it.
my
That's my
bad.
dog, Vince Smoke. He had to make sure Sanji.
Put the leg up.
Listen, One Piece is going crazy. So we're bringing another One Piece podcast. You guys are loving it. We love the feedback. So that's what we're doing.
Fred, before we get to that,
But before we get to that,
we got some Friday fixes.
we got the Friday Fix. Friday Fix is back. Bradley, please take it away.
For those of you who love sports manga and sports anime, Blue Lock is going crazy right now. That boy just hit the game winner.
Isagi. I
This
heard
is all
about
new.
that.
This is all new to
I
me.
heard about
Game
that.
winner.
I heard about that.
Crunch time.
Is this manga or
Yes,
anime?
manga.
Oh yeah, I know you guys. I know you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
You guys
He
are
just,
deep in the
he
Blue Lock.
Snake Kaiser got Ness to give him the game winning pass.
Okay, I like that.
Goal.
So he's a striker.
He
It's
is the top striker.
Ben, Curse, don't ever say it like that again.
Wait.
Strike.
Also, in,
Striker.
there's this other soccer anime I read. I mean,
Okay.
manga I read.
Okay.
Fire Ember or something shit like that?
No, it's like
Is that that
Ao
one?
Ashito or something like
Okay.
that.
There was a new one I saw that popped up.
Another game winner. Listen, it's going crazy in the
back.
soccer mangas. I'm trying to tell
Okay.
you back to back.
Okay.
Oh, also, for the Friday Fix, I have a question. You guys answer yours. I'm posing this question to you guys as well as my co-host.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
What is the one popular anime, that you hated, that you could not get into, that you started and you just could not do it? What is the one anime you could not get into?
Oh wow, couldn't get into. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's never really happened to me.
I'm gonna tell you mine.
I have
I got one.
I don't think I have one
I have
that I
one.
couldn't get into.
I'm
Like, what do you
telling
say?
you.
Like you couldn't even
Like,
watch it.
Everybody, no, I'm talking about like,
Oh, I have it.
you
I have
either
it.
hated it,
I have it. I
or
have
it's
it.
just like you could
I
not.
have it. I have it. I'm sorry.
have-
I'm
I
a
have
liar. I have it.
one.
I'll
I'm
give
gonna
you mine
tell
right
y'all.
now.
Oh, go first.
I'll give you mine. Death Note.
That's also mine.
Couldn't do
He
it.
said this to me the other day, and I almost spit on him.
Couldn't do it.
I
Couldn't do
I
it.
almost spit on
I
him.
get
I
it.
couldn't
I
do
get
it.
it.
I get it, but
Couldn't do it.
so you're gonna hate me, Fred, for saying this because I put you on this one.
Oh shit. I hate this.
So originally, I was super pumped about Undead Unluck, but like I haven't been able to. Like,
I
keep
told
going.
you.
I can't. I can't.
Really?
Bad
I'm
liar
I'm
tells no
stuck.
lies.
I'm stuck. Like I'm like something keeps. I'm gonna go back to it. But like every time I try to
Really?
like start reading again, I'm like, oh, I'm not so like.
Nothing's keeping you.
It's almost like that with me and
It's
Free
not
Win.
like
It's
in the
almost-
beginning. I was
Free Win?
like,
It's almost like that.
No,
with
Free Win's gas.
No, for me, it's almost like
No.
that.
Okay.
But
No.
mine,
Let everyone. Okay,
Mine?
So, yeah.
Sogeku no Soma,
What is that?
the cooking one.
See,
I want to start that.
I watched it,
Well,
but
he just
after like
fucked it
they
up
had
for you.
orgasms like every
I
5
wanna
seconds
watch
while they
that.
were cooking.
Well,
It's
cooking?
funny. It's funny. They
I'm
have,
sure it's fine.
they have real.
I'm
I
sure
hear
it's-
it like the end. Like
And Ben,
it gets
yours
wild.
Ben, you said yours was.
I agree with you on Death Note.
Death
Like,
Note,
I
right?
did watch the whole thing. I was with a girl,
I
and I
couldn't
was
even
like
do it.
vibing with the girl, and I was like,
What kind of girl was watching Death
yeah.
Note with you?
yo,
Yeah,
I mean, she was all into
I
it.
almost
And
said something.
The kind of girls who watch Death Note, I know your type now, man.
no. I mean,
Not
it
mad at it.
didn't really work out. So
Ben likes
Yeah.
gothic mom.
Yeah, she tied you up too many times.
It was fun. It's just nothing long into the
It's a
future.
good time, not a long
Anyways,
time.
So I do want to say something. For the Friday Fix. I'll add to it. Dragon Ball Daima has been doing some things. Definitely check out the anime. If you guys haven't been checking out the anime, I know we wanted to talk about some of the animes that are going on originally. So I'm not going to get too much into it. They've done some things, made some stuff that are that weren't canon again. Some
not
people
doing
have some
this.
feeling. Why? Oh,
You
well,
can't take away GT and then add GT and call it something else.
When your name is Akira Toriyama,
You
rest in
can
peace,
do it.
you can do whatever
Rest
the
in
fuck you want.
But it's not Akira Toriyama,
I
is
don't
it?
care. He wrote it. He wrote it before he died, and this is what he wanted. And I'm all.
So I do want to say
for it.
one thing about that. The design of what we saw Super Saiyan 4 Goku, which is huge. Give it up. Crashed Crunchyroll. Shit was crazy. Super Saiyan 4
Flowers.
The
Give him nothing
release
but
was
flowers.
crazy. But I do want to say one thing. The design changes. In my head, I wasn't sure if that was Akira Toriyama or that was somebody else that was in the higher ups, because it did rub me. I don't know if have you guys seen? You guys definitely seen the design.
I seen it.
Okay, I want to say one thing. This is me also saying I love everything about it. I loved it. I love Daima, but when I watch, I know it's crazy. When I watched,
Don't do that. I heard that through the mic. That was crazy.
Nothing. When I watched, like as I was watching Super Saiyan 4 Goku fight, was it Goma? Bro, I'm like, why did I look like it went from?
Like a
and I
midget?
literally said yes. I said in my head, I said it went from a child
To a midget.
to a midget. He got big knuckles, big hand.
He's a monkey.
His fit, bro. I didn't like that.
listen.
Okay, and we'll leave it at that.
All
We
right.
gotta keep it.
So the last thing I have
Okay,
for
okay.
Friday Fix.
Yeah.
I've been for like the last 3 pods. I keep saying this manga,
Yeah.
and I know it's going to be the next big thing.
There we go. Brad hates hearing that shit. Brad don't want nothing to be the next big thing.
No, he
There's
keeps
never-
saying next big thing, but like you thought,
Listen,
you thought that about
this-
Undead Unluck, and you can't even watch it.
I never
no more.
said that.
Yeah, you did.
Did I say it?
Yeah.
Well, quote me on it.
Not the
Find
next
it.
big thing.
Find the clip.
Not
I will.
Do you think we got
Okay,
shit,
okay,
we got
well,
shit to talk
listen,
about,
listen.
dog?
Ultimate Exorcist Kiyoshi. When I tell you
I
guys,
did hear that.
When I tell you guys,
He has been
it's
preaching
a
about that.
masterpiece.
Really?
I love the artwork. I love the story.
Can it
I
hold?
love-
Does it look like
it's
there's
gonna
some-
hold.
There's a foundation?
No, this is gonna hold.
Can I tell you something?
This is gonna hold.
Here's the problem, though. After Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm so jaded when it comes to these next big ones because it was so good, and then it just wasn't.
I
So,
will
like-
say this. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So now I just like when it comes down to it, if I have an inkling in the back of my head that it's gonna fail, I'm just gonna roll with it
But
because I told you that.
And I will say something about some of the shit that Brad be saying about this stuff. There's times where I look at him I'm like, bro, Brad, you're tripping. But the things that he does point out about some of these, like, and when it does fall apart,
yeah,
the fact that he points out is the fact that keeps it from going.
but to
I will give you that.
listen.
I'm trying
I
to
will give you that.
listen. How many times in the past
Here we go.
have I come to you and said,
I
Fred,
know.
Fred,
I'm torn apart.
I'm like chapter 1 or 2,
I'm
3
torn
in,
apart.
Right.
And I'm like this.
Like the
I'm
Clan
Fred,
War arc in JJK.
All right,
Curse.
can we?
I'll say this, and
we-
this
can
is
we-
my
can we-
world. Hold
can
on,
we-
this is
can we
this
move
is.
off of this?
I'm gonna give everybody a good idea before we move. I'm gonna give everybody a good idea before we move away from this. I have a good way to end this.
All right.
Kervs is the guy that told me to watch and read Black Clover, and Brad was the guy that
And
told me
My
to
Hero.
stop.
And My Hero.
And I'll leave it at that.
I told you to watch My Hero as
I
well.
also told him to stop.
And I'll leave it at that. My Hero, I don't have the same feelings, but Black
no.
Clover for sure. I put it in the pedestal.
It's because my dog Bad Liar is an A1 hater.
No, it's
some of
because
the-
But he
I've
has
been
facts. It's
through
facts.
this.
Yeah,
It's
it's
facts.
facts.
I've
It's
been
facts.
through that.
He's a tough critic. That's all it is.
No,
He's a
I've
tough
been through
critic.
the
He's
rigmarole where you
yeah,
think
yeah.
something's going somewhere, and I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be great, and then like at the end of it, I'm like, I hate you for doing this to me. So
I get it. Okay, so here we are. Now we're back. So we were, like I said, we mentioned we were gonna talk about some of the new animes that are out. You know, we are the Animanga Junkeez, so it's not all just anime. We talk about just manga. We talk about the animes and stuff. But spoilers drop for One Piece. I know the last time we kind of spoke, Scopper Gabon's here, right? Everybody's excited about Scopper. We always knew he was gonna pop up at one point.
how do you feel about? Did you? All right,
Can
so-
I say something?
He knows. He's
Can I say
caught up.
something?
Yeah.
So that first part of the spoiler, when they speak, they go into, they made one statement. They said Scopper's Gabon controlling the fight between him and Luffy. So with that being said, we know that we don't know for sure, but it's kind of put out there that there's no transformation.
Yeah.
Right,
He's
so
based.
this
No, we know it's base.
It's based
Right.
Luffy. It's
so
based Luffy.
the fact that Scopper, as an old man, around 60, 65, maybe almost 70, because he states that his wife is older than him, she's 80.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got to be between 60 to 70, maybe 75 or further on, whatever.
Yep.
Okay.
The fact that you're holding your own, and not even holding your own, you're controlling the fight against base Luffy, who was going toe-to-toe, blow for blow with Kaido
Yep.
in
Base
his
Luffy.
dragon form.
That's a good point you made there. I'm glad you made that point.
So
I'm glad you made
And
that
he
point.
has no axes.
Yeah.
We know that's his main weapon. Before
he's
that,
holding a key.
yeah. And at the end of that chapter,
Shout out
you
Mihawk.
see him with the key, moving in a way that he's about to swipe
like
with.
he's
So
attacking with it. I remember how
he's fighting with a blunt.
No,
weapon.
he's still sharp. He's still sharp.
Bro,
He's still sharp.
you're fighting base Luffy, a Yonku,
Yeah.
as an old man and controlling the fight. Bro, fuck out of here.
It's not even.
Give Scopper's Gabon his flowers now.
So I do want to say something on that. I do want to say something on that too, right? Real quick.
Yeah.
Bro, it's not even just that. Think about this. Like, Scopper Gabon is giving Luffy the work so bad. You ever been in a situation where your homeboy's getting whooped so bad?
It's like when you play old head in basketball.
Bro, it's
It's
personal
like
to
when you play
you.
old head in basketball.
Zoro said, bro, no, fuck it.
Bro, Luffy, all right, so spoiler alert, Luffy he's getting worked apparently. Apparently
He getting
Scopper
twerked
locks
up.
some like slashing attack that like flies from a distance and it's like hemming Luffy
With a
up.
blunt weapon.
Yeah.
So Luffy goes gear 5 and then Zoro jumps in.
Zoro said, fuck that, let me get in
I
here.
just said, nah, ain't no one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Squabble up.
Like, we're talking about Scopper Gabon. Again, we know he's an older guy, and we were saying that in the last pod. Where is he? How strong is he? How old is he? What is he?
This goes into my theory that this is going to be a level up arc, that he was just testing them to see where they are.
But see,
100%.
that's big because when you think about it, Zoro is very like sloth-like.
Yep.
Right? He only moves when he feels danger.
There
Rarely
has
do
to
they
be-
jump, now that I think about
Yeah,
it.
they
that never
rarely
happened.
jump.
That
ne-
So for him to be like,
Bro,
let me
no.
go jump in, like,
No, I'm sorry. Like you said, rarely do they jump. Not only rarely do they jump, does Zoro jump into a fight with Luffy?
right.
That has never happened. Now that I think, I can't think of
It's the
another
first
time.
time, bro.
it's
For him-
Outside of the roof piece.
Yeah, but that
that's
was
not
already
jump.
a
That's
jump.
a battle royale.
That was
So it's
already a
not
battle
really-
royale.
that's the-
So like for him
so
to
that's
be like
never
chilling,
happened.
for him to be like this, like,
Oh,
wait, what? Nah, fuck this.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, nah, square up,
Yeah,
man. Screw my
exactly.
captain.
And the fact that he felt the need to jump in, even though Luffy went gear 5, he said, "Nah, we need this key
Yeah,
Scopper
back
goes,
now."
yeah.
you got it.
Okay, so now we got. Okay.
My man tired. He's like, I ain't got enough energy for all this.
So after he gets the upper hand against them boys,
Right.
Scopper, what do you guys take from that? Because I have a take from that.
Go ahead.
I believe that Scopper, like you said, it goes into your theory. He was testing them. I think in that moment, he had his observation hockey, advanced observation hockey. The minute that happened, he saw the worst type of possibility because you know how Luffy is and you know how Zoro are. Doesn't matter what's going on. Like, if they're in a fade, it's going to go straight. He said, Okay, they're gonna kill me. All right, y'all boys. Everything's great. Everything's good. Like that.
I do think that. I think
that's
he
what I
knows he
believe.
was gonna lose, but I think I think also in his mind he's like, I just want to see where they are.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna push. I'm not gonna push it this far. But I don't think if he really got down to it, because you gotta think these are the Roger Pirates. They've seen everything in far in between.
100%.
Death is something he's been prepared for since the moment he started being a pirate.
Yep.
So I don't think death would have scared him. I think he just wanted to know, are they them? And once you realize they're them, this is what they need to learn.
Or these are the guys.
So
Let me see why.
I think I agree with you 100% on that. I feel like he was like, you know what? This is my time to kind of like, with the observation hockey, maybe he saw like, all right, I see where I need to fix the little things the little holes in their fighting styles and stuff like that.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is my time. All right, maybe I need to fix this about Luffy. He relies too much on that. Maybe I need to fix this about Zoro. He's too lax. He's too sloth. Like, he only fights when you're the right hand. You're the sword. You need to be the first one to jump in.
And it has to be absolute.
Right.
Everything
Maybe it should have been like, hey, instead of Luffy fighting me, you should have sat up and said, nah, that's my captain. I'm fighting you.
On the opposite end, it's like you're too reliant on your teammates, or you're too reliant on Gear 5. Why can't you beat little old me?
Because
think about it.
I like that.
Rogers,
I like that.
Base.
Yeah.
He didn't have any kind of fruit.
Everything we've seen him do that was top tier.
You need Toon Force to beat people. Is that what it is? Because now he goes, think about it. Luffy goes Gear 5 every time he gets a chance.
Yes.
He hops right in it. He's probably like, you need that to beat me? Old version of me?
Right. And I said this to Fred on the way here. I was
Yeah.
like, why is he like, have you noticed there is no Gear Secondo? I mean, even though I know he can do this stuff in his base form, he can spam it now.
He doesn't.
But he doesn't even use
announce
Gear
it.
4 anymore.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw Gear 4?
Wano.
I think he used it on Egg.
I think he used it on Egghead.
One time. But like,
fighting the.
I think he used it once, but like,
fighting the Seraphim.
ever since then, it's always, Gear 5, Gear 5, Gear 5. Why
But
can't
that's
you?
where they
Why
are.
can't you whoop us in
It's
base?
So I kind of want to. That's actually a really good point because we said we were talking about how there's a possibility of like either a time skip, training arc, whatever the case is, right? And
I think a time skip shit is dead.
Yeah, time skip is dead. But outside of them just having to get stronger, like it's a mentality thing.
Right.
The sloth like and Luffy relies too much. Like, you can go across the board. There's something that they have, like Usopp. He's a coward. He's been a coward. Like, I know you brought up the Usopp. I know you love Usopp. It's gonna be, but everyone has something that they can work on.
Right.
On top of working on their strength, and this is the opportunity for that. You know what I mean? And like, you bringing that up, like seeing like what it is that Scopper could bring to the table outside of just power and strength. Cause we already saw that with Rayleigh. Like,
well, I think this is going to be the God Valley incident all over. I think this is going to be their version of the God Valley incident.
Right.
okay, I'm glad you said that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I jumped ahead.
I was gonna
But it was
say-
an accident.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you said that.
I think this is going to be the turning point for One Piece in general. I think this war is going to either change every single one of the Straw Hats or alter how we view things. I think we're going to learn things about the One Piece universe that we didn't know before, and it's going to start setting up the end game.
So we're gonna hold that nugget because I actually have a talking point for that. God Valley. Remember that. Okay.
I told y'all what I said about the swords. Y'all call me crazy,
So yeah, that's what.
but it makes fucking sense.
So we'll get into that. So look, the whole skirmish happened. Scopper Gaban, hey, you guys are exactly who I thought you were. Here's the key. So now we're moving away. And this kind of goes back into something that we talked about in the past on the podcast. I believed that it is too early for
Shamrock.
We got the reveal. I'm not going to lie. The reveal shocked the freak out of me. Okay? And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, damn, this kind of kills like what I was thinking because he shouldn't be here. Like, he shouldn't be here right now. Come to find out, remember, him and Gunko, they called for another
God Knight
to come to Elbaf, right? They ended up sending 2. Shamrock even says, listen, why we only needed one? Why'd you guys bring two? That's more than what we need. They say, yeah, well, they need you wherever it is that they're I don't know if he's going back to marriage wife, if there's a mission he has to do, whatever. But he has to leave. So now he's off the board for now.
Well, why did they tell him he has to leave?
Why did they tell me he had to leave?
We're making a game out of this.
No, I don't think that's why. That's not why.
Okay.
I think when they made the announcement and they talked about it, we'll get into the God Knights that came, but he said, listen, guys, he reassured, like he was telling them, like, we're gonna make a game out of this. And we know how these guys play. We know how the God Knights play. We've seen the last generation. You know, for years we thought God Valley, I'm glad you brought that up. We thought God Valley was just like an incident, a war, a battle royale that happened. But at the core of it, it was just a sick game
For gods to
for
play
the select. Exactly.
So I'm gonna read to you the exact summary of what it says.
Yeah.
All right. Gunko creates a magic circle called Abyss in a forest, and then she summons 2 new gods knights.
Yep.
The first one is Saint Summers of House Shepherd, the same family as Jupiter from the 5 elders. He's a big man with long hair, beard, and glasses. Okay. The second one is Saint Gillingham of House Lemotive. It seems he has the mythical Kirin power because he appears in hybrid human Kirin form. I'm not gonna lie, when I heard Kirin, the only thing I thought was Sasuke and that damn light get attacked.
Yeah. Why the fuck is that? That's all I thought about.
But apparently Kirin is
a mythical horse.
Yeah.
It's a horse. Yeah. I didn't know that.
With a bunch, like it's a chimera.
Dragon. It's a chimera. It's a yokai. So remember that theory was floating around when we saw the Gursei. But I'm gonna let you. This is you.
So Shamrock asks why 2 God Knights appears. When he only asked for one. He says, at the end of the chapter, he says, we're going to make a game out of it. But they told Shamrock, you're needed back.
Yep. So okay. Do you have something?
I don't have anything. I'm hype.
I have something for this.
Every time One Piece drops a new chapter, is it just me or am I waiting for the next chapter?
No.
After this.
They are giving us straight crack right now.
Free base.
Listen. So
free base. Always shipping out free base right now.
When I saw that spoiler, I said, okay, we're about to get a God Valley 2. Okay?
Facts.
Like we mentioned, it was a game for them. When we found out after the Kuma flashbacks, it was a game for them when it came to what was actually going on at God Valley. We know Kuma and his soon-to-be wife, or I forgot her name, they had to make a great escape, blah, blah, blah. The Roger Pirates showed up. Rock's Pirates showed up. It was a whole clusterfuck. And it kind of seems like what's going on right now.
Right.
We know now Shamrock is leaving, right? Mm-hmm. But that doesn't say he doesn't show up at the end, right? So I do want to say this, right? Mm-hmm. When I saw him appear the first time, I said, well, if he's here and he's here for the entirety of the arc, he's gonna die, or he's gonna lose, and that kind of takes away from my theory, right? Because I think he has great importance because of what Dragon said, right? But now that they're removing him from the equation, we know who he is. We know, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I believe that the Straw Hats are gonna suffer a cataclysmic L here.
You think so too, Kervs?
Can I tell you something?
I believe so.
I've been saying this from like weeks ago.
You think it's the death of Usopp though?
This is the death of Usopp. I believe. Listen. I'm
trying to kill Usopp.
I'm not trying to kill him. Listen, I've been seeing people post similarities of like certain cover arts, right? Before Ace died, before certain people died, people holding playing cards.
Shit.
Right? And Usopp has the same card or a similarity of a card of certain people who have died. What's Usopp's biggest dream? He wants to be a hero. What do heroes usually do? Die. Heroic deaths, and their stories are told for generations.
See, unfortunately with Usopp, I think Oda has a plan because the way Usopp's story is supposed to go, and it goes like this in any anime and manga. Fourth wall breaking here. Any anime and manga, when you have a destiny to either meet your father or like battle with somebody, he has a final battle locked up. We know that with the Blackbeard pirates. He's a final battle locked up, and he has his father he has to meet. There is no way he can die before those two things happen.
Can I tell you something? What if Oda is a motherfucker?
Yeah.
Right? And both
not
Usopp
Giga.
and Yasop die simultaneous deaths. Yasop fighting the
Because they're on the
Blackbeard's
outside
crew.
world. Because we did say that they were gonna.
Yasop is fighting Van Augur.
Yeah.
And Usopp is doing something to keep the Straw Hats in the game. They both die and meet each other in heaven. Boom.
Okay, let me tell you something. let me explain something to you. He would still have to.
Why can't that happen?
No. Van Augur can kill his dad, but then that would make Usopp's story so much better. Maybe
What if he doesn't survive?
Usopp's going to survive.
Okay.
Usopp's going to
What if he
survive.
doesn't?
I can tell you this.
Listen,
Usopp's going to survive.
I'm
he
leaning
doesn't?
towards Usopp surviving almost because I kind of I want him. To
I want
the
to see
only
this.
one I think can die is going to die. Bro,
Brooke doesn't die.
Brooke can't die.
Brooke's going to
Devil
live
Fruit is completely
past
I know.
everybody.
there's gonna be something in
Until
the. There's gonna be something in the God Knight abilities.
Yeah.
Brooke is gonna die.
Brooke is
Hey,
going to
can
be
I-
the one who survives everything. And what we're hearing right now,
Yeah.
He's saying
but
big
at the
saga
end of
one
One
last
Piece,
time.
at the end of One Piece is going to be one final chapter,
Yeah.
and it's going to be Brooke with his little violin, and this is the story of the Straw Hat crew.
He's gonna sing. He's gonna sing Bing Sake one more time.
Hell yeah, bro.
But
That's going to be the story, bro. He's going to be
I'm
sitting
not
in front of the
predicting
grave.
anybody's death.
telling everybody.
I think what happened with the Straw Hats is they already suffered their great loss. I don't think a whole dramatic separation. I think they go through something traumatic in Elbaf, but it might not be. I think maybe Scopper dies, but I don't think it's going to be anything to where any of the Straw Hats.
That can happen. I mean,
Listen, so
I still think Usopp dies. It could be in Elbaf. It could be
But you also
further
think he's
on.
getting powered up a millionaire. So give
He's
me
getting
one
a
of the
millionaire.
other.
And listen,
not getting
it
millionaire.
great.
Listen,
Let me
most
tell you why
sni-
not.
A sniper.
He's a sniper.
And this is why. Listen,
But
if you're
we've
going to
seen
be an
it.
amazing sniper,
We've seen it.
right? If you're going to be an amazing sniper,
Yeah.
top tier,
Yeah.
the best type. What is a sniper's biggest weakness?
Flaw. Close quarters.
So if you're going to be a great sniper, you want to be the best.
Yeah.
If you can somehow go above that weakness and be able to fight people in close combat, what if he gets a hammer?
Shout out Ghetto.
So
And somebody had posted and said, what if he gets a
If
slingshot
you know, you know.
that has a hammer at the end? Or what if he gets a new weapon? This new weapon
Look like
possibly
a hammer.
gives him something to where he can fight long range and still fight close combat with
what
other
I
people.
told you I think could happen is that he names a new slingshot or a new sniper
Mjolnir.
weapon, Mjolnir.
He's getting Mjolnir.
But on the opposite, and the reason why I don't think it's an actual hammer is because the one thing you see about the Straw Hats is they dive deeper into their weapons or personalities as they get closer to the end. All their resolve is strengthened in what they are and what they believe in. Sanji, he gets a more durable body and his kicks become stronger.
Yep.
Zoro gets a new sword. Nami gets a new weather power up.
And she got
Luffy's
Zeus.
Luffy's laughter becomes more infectious to where now he's the god of freedom.
Yeah.
Everybody is doubled down into what they are.
Yeah.
Brooke is now the god of death and the
But
singer of.
I'm glad you brought up Brooke because you know where he gets where his powers are derived from.
Well, what I'm saying is, in general, everybody dives deeper into their character tropes.
Correct.
If Usopp is truly going to end up being the best of all snipers, I think what happens is he dives deeper into that sniping ability. So, and that consists of Mjolnir, I'm fine with that.
Or, okay, to piggyback off that, if everybody dives deeper into it, who's the greatest hero of Norse mythology?
Thor.
And what does Thor carry?
Sigmund. Siegfried.
Is it Siegfried? It's not Siegfried. Siegfried's just a giant,
Everyone
a
knows
dragon
Thor.
slayer, right? But everybody knows Thor. Who's the most famous? Who's the most famous person?
And
It's
evil was
Thor.
a dragon.
So if you're going to, and where does Thor die? In Ragnarok.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Thor dies in Ragnarok. Hey, if I'm wrong, I could be wrong. I could be right, but I believe Thor dies in Ragnarok fighting Jormungandr.
Because that was his fate.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Listen, you know what? Bet money.
Bet money, but like
No.
On the pod.
Listen, okay. So
Okay, yeah.
We covered that, but I do kind of want to dive back into the possibilities, right? As far as where we are on Egghead now. Not Egghead. I'm sorry. Elbaf.
Yeah.
Okay. What's his face is gone. We talked a little bit about his ceiling, right? I think kind of what's going on in One Piece doubles down on our thoughts that his power level is high. For them, with everything that's going on. Okay, so again, this goes back into what we talked about with the God Valley 2, right? It's another thought that I have, right? With Shamrock gone, right? They send these guys in. We know they're powerful. They have to be powerful. We know what Dragon said, right? But knowing that Shamrock is the leader and he's gone, where does he show up? When does he come back? I believe he might show up at the end. I don't know if we see anything from him. And that might be why we got even a little bit of
him.
Correct.
Well, technically he hasn't left yet. So I don't want to give off the summation.
But he's leaving though.
I don't want to give off summation that he leaves because he might just be hard-headed. I don't know how big he serves, but I do know that the God's Knights, I was thinking about this today.
Yeah.
That with how much One Piece has left, there's not that many people for the Straw Hats to kind of fight. I mean, you have kind of like Cross Guild, Blackbeard Pirates, and the Gorosei.
But is that
we kind of know that
is not really like we don't
they're
know.
in there now.
Because they're in the
only because
I think that clash happens.
You think they fight that?
Because Mihawk,
Okay,
Mihawk and Zoro has to be a thing.
That's fine. That's
Crocodile has some unfinished business that we're trying to figure this out.
So is Doflamingo.
Yeah.
They're breaking them niggas out. All right.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying like
important as far as importance.
Them boys,
can you imagine
they will
Dofi
bust
and
them
like
niggas
Loki
out.
meeting each other? Who like is
That would be awesome. I would
just
love
be
that.
drool
interaction.
everywhere.
Can I tell you something?
But no. You had your thought.
No. I'm just going into it.
Yeah.
I was thinking that the God's Knights at this point are going to be something else. They're going to be a bigger bet. I think what happens is there is going to be Ragnarok here. I think people who are on this island are going to survive and they're going to have memories of this. I just don't know how a melee breaks out yet. Only because the only opposing forces right now are the Straw Hats
And the Giants.
Yeah, and I don't think there's going to be.
Or no, Straw Hats and the God Knights.
God Knights. I don't think the Giants are going to be against the Straw Hats.
No, they'll be aligned together.
But that's kind of how a battle royale works. It's kind of like
There's
everyone has
multiple
their
sides.
Own, yeah,
what I'm saying is I'm trying to
own...
figure out who the other side is.
So
okay.
So if I were to kind of put this together, okay. So Revolutionary Army said we're not moving into the God Knights move.
Yeah.
Right. So we can throw them in here.
Yep.
It's not concrete, but we can.
Yeah.
But they would be on Luffy's side.
Right. But still. Okay. So now Marines show up as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe the Gore said, hey, you need to bring your ass over to Elbaf. This shit's getting freaky.
Blackbeard Pirates.
Blackbeard, maybe the red hairs show up as well.
No,
maybe
I don't. I think it makes more sense for Blackbeard.
If Blackbeard shows up.
Yeah. Not him himself.
No, but if his pirates show up.
Correct.
The Titanics show up.
Yeah.
I believe some pieces of red hairs show up.
Okay, so this is what I believe. And I know I'm not sure if I brought it up already, but I do think I did. I do think they're gonna take a huge L here. Okay? I believe, like I said, there's gonna be parallels to God Valley. Mm-hmm. You can look at how you want from the information that I got. If you're a good guy or whatever, it was a gigantic L for them. And we know how it works in One Piece.
For who?
For if you're trying to do anything that stands for good, I don't think you did anything, you accomplished anything at God Valley, the last God Valley, from the information that we have.
Why not?
What do you mean?
Ross Dieselbeck was stopped.
He wasn't bad.
But
I don't think Roger moves against him if he wasn't bad.
That's not what I'm saying.
I don't think Roger. I don't think Roger and Garp put Zebek down.
Listen,
I think they just got the credit for it, which was really just Garp got the credit for it.
But listen,
I don't think that was what happened.
But what I'm saying is, you have to remember the reason why they went there. Guys like that went over there. All right, they're Devil Fruit. There are prizes. They're running a game, right? They brought up the game that they played. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't think there was really a true winner.
Yeah, there was a winner.
Where?
The God Knights.
Correct.
Yeah,
correct.
they
if
won.
anything.
They won.
I think there's going to be a parallel to that. Obviously, there's going to be tiny wins, tiny W's. We saw a little bit about that.
Don't do that.
And on the last, listen, we
No,
saw.
I'm talking about Kervs. Don't try to communicate with me telepathically
Yeah.
where we have a conversation. Don't do that.
Listen. I think there's going to be little wins that they can leave with, just like what happened on Egghead. Because Egghead, they kind of, the Marines got a lot of wins out of that, right? It wasn't a complete, like what we're used to, okay? With the scale of what's going on, that we know what Oda showed us and like how we know Elbaf is going to shape up, they can't keep getting wins.
Straw Hats.
The Straw Hats can't keep getting wins.
Let's call
a bean.
bean. Let's call it a bean. I want to ask a question.
Okay.
There are only so many like last questions that you want wrapped up. From
Yeah, yeah,
Mine is God Valley.
yeah.
I think Scalpers tells them what happened.
100%.
Something's gonna lead up to.
I think Rox D. Zebek and Roger were rivals. I know that.
Yeah.
So I think that is part of the reason Roger went. I think there's something between them that caused them to conflict.
Zebek wasn't a bad man.
I don't like saying he's a bad man, but there's something there
Yeah. Listen,
that caused them to clash.
in the flashback, you saw Roger's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, vibe. Like, the guys that knew Zebek, like, we don't know the reason why he snapped.
I can't wait to see.
He crashed.
Can I tell you guys something?
Yeah, yeah,
If you look at Zebek's silhouette,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's always the hair, whatever, and
Big smile.
the big smile.
Cheese.
He's cheesing.
Yeah.
But that can also look as like a villainous
Yeah.
smile.
But that's what I said about Blackbeard.
But
I don't
Oda-
think Blackbeard's a bad guy.
No.
No, Blackbeard's a fucking bad
He's
guy.
a pirate.
No,
What
but
do you
like
want from
Okay,
him?
but what? Let me
at the
let me
same
finish.
time,
Let me
when he
finish my
gave
thought.
the
Let me finish my
when
thought.
he gave a speech about freedom,
Yeah.
Okay, but let me finish my
fair,
thought.
though.
So what if Zebek is not the bad guy we think he is?
Yeah.
Right? That's what history books want you to paint.
Yeah.
The world
have to.
government paints the picture as if they want it to be painted.
Yeah.
They're painting a picture probably right now that Luffy is a bad person. Straw Hats, this and that. Zebek, I don't think was a bad person. Look at Big Mom. What is she always? A family.
Yeah.
What did Whitebeard want? A family.
What did Kaido
What
want?
did Kaido want?
Kaido wanted to be Joy Boy.
Right? These are all misunderstood people who flew under one person.
Pirate.
the queen of the Amazons.
What happened?
She was also on that ship.
Was she? Oh, at the time, yeah. Yeah.
So if this person is
Amazon
so
Lily.
bad, why are these people following
are-
under them?
Yeah.
Why would Whitebeard follow under somebody who's so bad?
Yeah.
Wait, y'all trying to tell me that Kaido was the worst evil though? So if he's that evil,
No,
Kaido was a piece of shit.
That's
Kaido
not-
was a piece of shit.
I didn't say that was evil. I said he was more of a villain than Doflamingo, which
No,
is
Kaido.
still stands
Listen.
true.
Kaido is a piece of shit.
Yeah,
I don't
he
give a
was,
fuck
he
what
was,
anybody
he was,
says.
he was.
I also heard a little thing.
Yeah, honor.
They said that the Diamante family, right?
Yeah.
They all wear playing cards,
Yeah.
king and queen.
Yeah.
Possibly, maybe can I don't know. This is probably bullshit, but
Yeah.
they said maybe them boys were in the Diamante family, and then they switch over to Kaido.
do you think anything of Kaido looking like the king of Elbaf?
Oh, King Hero.
Yeah, that's not, bro. There's a lot of shit coming out right now.
I think this is a popular character look. I don't know. I don't think so.
They said the giants they have horns.
Yeah.
Maybe Kaido thought he was just a Oni. They also said that they mixed breeded a lot.
That was the thing that they
They
did.
did a lot of mixed breeding. Long legs, the long arms.
Okay, so this is what I want to say. Again, the reason why I think there's going to be a big L, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is something that they've done. I know I talked to you guys a little bit off screen about it, but I think that's kind of how it worked for
In God Valley?
In God Valley, like what happened, like historically, they have these powerful races. Right. Last time it was bounty. If you got yourself a buccaneer, you got this many points. Blah blah. Garland was the hero of that shit.
But
It's what's his face came. Shamrock came.
Oh,
He offered-
Never gonna stop talking about One Piece, are we?
Never until it's done.
no, we're gonna
No,
stop.
I'm just-
no, we
no,
need
I'm
we
just-
need,
I'm-
we need a little break. It's
I-
just Oda keeps
He's
fucking us
killing
up.
us with
But
this.
guys, next week they like flashback to God Valley. Are we gonna stop talking about it?
But listen, listen. It's fuck. You fucked me up.
My bad.
You
Fred, my
good? You
bad.
good? You good?
It's just
trying to-
I'm like honestly, guys. All right, so here's the thing. I know you guys we make jokes and whatnot about like being into anime and manga so long, but I've been into anime and manga since like the age of 6. Okay, I'm 32 years old.
Mhm.
It's 26 years of anime and manga. There have been 5 times I've been this excited in my history of anime and manga.
Yeah.
Right now, this is kind of this is Oda's golden masterpiece to me right now. I didn't like Egghead,
Yeah.
but going into this, I am so excited for every chapter that's been going out. So I can say genuinely, I think it goes for all 3 of us. We love this time period for One Piece.
Gotta do it.
It happened for Naruto when we started to hit its peak, when he started going into the fourth Ninja War.
Akatsuki and
I kind of wish we had that podcast back then.
Yeah, it happened for Bleach. Well, I'm sure for the 1,000-year Blood War arc.
That's why I'm watching it.
I think right now this is kind of like the golden age because it allows us to really go into like our nerdiest and just kind of now that we're kind of a little bit more secure in it, you ain't gotta hide it.
Yeah. Great time. What a time to be alive. But no, okay, so now I remember what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Sorry guys.
No, you're good. You're good,
bro. I felt that.
Listen, it's the fact that I think that's what they did in the past with the past races at God Valley. They offer them, hey, be with us. You understand what I'm saying? And then when they decline, okay, that's cool. That's why he said, go ahead.
I don't think that's what happened with God Valley, only because they said it was like an annual thing. I think they think it was like an actual challenge.
Correct.
Where they said it was like
that it's a regular thing.
I don't think they've done it in years.
But they only do
I
it.
think the God Valley incident made them stop doing it.
Yeah.
They only do it with the special races or people that they feel and remember what's her face's who's it? What was her name? Jenny.
Jenny. Kuma's girl. The one that Kuma's in love with Bonnie's mom.
Yeah.
It was for her bloodline. That's why, like, whether you're either in it or they're gonna, like you said, you brought it up during the pod. They grab races, they do the interbreeding, they do stuff like that with special races because of their potential.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But outside of them being able to get any kind of use out of you, out of that, they get rid of you. And that's why I think they're going to suffer a huge L here.
So I agree with you on that.
I bet a shot.
And no, I don't see any holes in that. I feel like the God Valley shit. So in the mural, you see that history repeats itself.
Correct.
Right? So God Valley happened. Maybe that was the catalyst to what happened in that part of time.
Yep.
And then this will be the catalyst that starts everything that goes on in this part of time. So this is the 3rd page. The first page in the voice entry, I'm assuming something like that was similar.
Yeah.
In the 2nd page, that happened. God Valley was the catalyst to that.
Yep.
And in this 3rd page, this is the catalyst.
So by that logic, though, I don't think this ends up in a straw hat failure, only because the straw hats are supposed to be the ones who correct the history. So I think in the opposite way, it's going to mirror.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst comes to worst, Ripley ends up in a chest and they end up on the boat.
Ripley.
So what I'm saying is, I think they end up successful out of this. I do think something significant happens.
Okay.
But I do think Straw Hat walks away with this with a W.
They probably take some type of L though. So I think they take a L. I think Fred's right that they've been.
Let's take a One Piece bet. Let's take a bet.
I'll take it.
Animanga bet. First one to ever have it on Animanga Junkeez. Look at the camera. Bet. I think Straw Hats walk out with a W. A W would consist of power-ups.
Yeah, that's fine. But okay, so
no, but
so
everybody in
so here's why I'm gonna double down on my theory. This is where I'm gonna double down on my theory. Here. This is where I'm gonna double down on my theory. You have to remember, this is where we're really gonna get like the lore that we have to understand when it comes to Nika, when it comes to the sun god, right? So here. There's one flaw in everything that's going on. We see how powerful Luffy is, right? Now Oda has to show us the flaws in what's going on with Gear 5 and everything, okay? You have to remember, Luffy is not fully awakened. Luffy doesn't know. They bring up Sun God Nika, they bring up the Liberate, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't know who the hell that is. He doesn't even realize that he's supposed to be that person, okay?
Why are you guys calling me Nika? Why you guys keep calling me Nika?
I'm not that guy. He sounds cool, but I'm not that guy, okay? This is where something, and that's why I'm not against Usopp dying.
Okay.
But listen. Something, again, I feel like it's going to be a cataclysmic. There's gonna be little wins. They're gonna get things are gonna work out in their favor, kind of like what happened in Egghead. Vegapunk's dead, but he's not really dead. But they essentially got what they wanted. They ended up getting a what's it called? The Seraphims are all in one piece. Like they got. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like it's gonna be worse than that.
No.
And something's gonna have to happen. Luffy has to understand really who he is and what his devil fruit is about because of where the story of One Piece is gearing. Now is the time. That is the only hole. And we just saw the leader of the God Knights. So we already know the shit that's gonna happen on Elbaf is gonna be crazy. And I think that's the nick in their armor that's gonna keep them from being able to get an absolute W in this arc.
Okay, so my argument would be using that exact same argument,
Yeah.
but on the opposite. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you gotta understand, they took an L technically when Luffy dies at Wano.
No.
No, wait. And homeboy from the Whitebeard pirate dies
Who?
on Wano.
Oh,
Bro, that's
Wait.
not a...
Wait.
I think that's an L.
Wait.
Yeah.
It is a little bit of an L.
Okay.
Because how many times did Luffy actually lose people?
But that's
Okay,
not
wait.
a major loss to them.
Then you go to Egghead. They watch, what's his name?
What?
Stella?
No, what's the guy who was in Stella?
Vegapunk?
Vegapunk. They watched
Stella,
Vegapunk
that's
die.
his Stella.
They
Yeah,
watched
Stella.
Vegapunk die.
Yeah.
They lose
But
all the Vegapunks.
they didn't lose all the
But what I'm
Vegapunks.
saying is they watched him die. I think that's an L in itself. I think at this point, I'm not saying they come out of it clean,
Yeah.
because I do think somebody passes. I think we're past the point in One Piece where everybody survives.
Yeah, but they liberated Wano.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me
That
wrap
was
up.
the ultimate goal.
Yeah,
They liberated Wano.
Let me
So they
let me land.
okay,
Let me land.
sorry,
Let me
sorry,
land.
sorry.
Let me land here. So coming into that, I do feel as if this is going to be the turning point where you start to see Luffy figuring out. I think, like you said, Scopper sees the holes in Luffy right now.
Yeah.
That he relies on Gear 5.
Mm-hmm.
That he doesn't fully understand his gifts. I don't think this is the point where they learn the truth about the world. I think this is the point where they learn the truth about the past.
Yeah.
I think they learn everything about God Valley because they're not going to do both in the same arc.
Yeah.
You're not going to learn the truth about the world and the truth about God Valley in one arc.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to reveal it arc by arc at this point.
Yeah.
I think you learn the truth in the next arc.
So, because we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
But real quick, so to me, I think they take a major L.
Okay.
And with that major L, Luffy realizes, listen, I'm playing around too much. I'm not actually living up to the potential that everybody's seeing inside of me.
Correct.
I think he realizes I keep spamming this Gear 5 shit. I need to be able to put people down in my base form. And I think Scoppers and everybody else shows him, listen, your base form is an extension of your Gear 5.
Yes.
You should only be using that if you're like at your end.
Yeah.
Everything that you do in Gear 5, you can do in your base form. And I think Scoppers opens his eyes to that. But I don't think he realizes it until the end when they lose.
Well,
and I
or
think that,
or Gear 5
Or
is
right
his
now.
true base form.
yeah.
Or right now when Scopper sees it is what I'm saying. I think Scopper tells him that before they get to the L is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because if we're saying he realizes that in the next chapter, which was what we're saying, why would Scopper wait until after he takes the even larger L to tell him?
No.
It's gonna be an L because it's gonna be an L and a W. It's gonna be a W because they survive.
Yeah.
But I think they lose somebody from
I
this.
do think that, but I think it walks out for the win.
No. It's always going to be a W when the Straw Hats can get away from the situation. It's like Sabaody. But
Right.
Sabaody was an L. Part 1 of Sabaody was an L.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be just. Do you remember how like fucked up we were all watching that and we were like, oh holy shit, bro! I've never seen Straw Hats like this. After seeing how they, I think it's gonna be a parallel. I think Scopper Gabon does his job of training them and getting them ready, and I think there's a reason why they're bringing up the true lineage of Joy Boy and Sun God Nika, because Luffy needs to understand what it is that he has, the powers that he has, right? And I think them taking the L, again, there's going to be little wins there, right? They're going to leave in One Piece. Maybe Usopp dies or he doesn't. But I do think there's going to be something like big enough, right? For Luffy to be like, okay, I know what has to happen now. I know what I have to do.
Right.
Like, I know who I am. And then that's what's going to start the end. And I believe that wholeheartedly.
I don't feel like that's an L, but I understand what you're saying because I think the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I just don't think that L consists of the way it was in Sabodi.
I think it's going to look like that. With that being said, you can tell how much passion we have for One Piece. We're at the end. But, guys, we love the engagement. The socials are going crazy. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We're almost at, 1,000 on Instagram.
1,000 on Instagram.
Almost at 1,000 on TikTok. About to hit 250. But we're close to 250 on subscribers on YouTube. So thank you, guys. Please follow, share, comment, tell us your theories. We love to hear it. Appreciate you guys. Knox signing off. Co-host.
Your boy Casey Silverback. Listen, for all the ones who've been showing us love on Instagram and TikTok, we know you guys are on YouTube. Show us the same love, please. I love it. This week I wanted to I had some names I wanted to shout out, but we'll get to it next week. Love y'all. Keep showing us love. Appreciate it.
All right, it's your boy Bad Liar, BAD.LYRE. I want to thank you guys for all of the comments, like, subscribe, repost, and please DM us. Let us know your thoughts. If you have a good theory, I will respond to it. If you hate my theory, I also respond to it kindly.
There it is. Ben?
Hey, another great pod today. Again, you guys know I'm not too caught up on One Piece, but I started back up 7 Deadly Sins, so I've been getting back on that. There's sometimes where they stop coming out with the episodes, right? And then I just think that the show's over, and then
that's not the case.
It's not the case. So I appreciate you guys always put me on some fire anime.
Always.
Can't wait to get some manga going too. And man, great episode. All right, guys?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Well,
I would like to add us on Marvel Rivals. I'm Bad Liar. That is
sir.
Iron Sentry 52.
Knox FX. Well, what else?
The commission. Yeah, the commission. Yeah.
The commission.
With an E at the end.
With an E at the end.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for watching Animanga Junkeez. 2 E's, no I. Stay golden.